Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. Starting off with business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. We already told you about this Henderson mansion breaking records for most expensive home ever sold in the Las Vegas Valley. And that's actually following a bigger trend here in Southern Nevada. Luxury homes are just a small fraction of sales given their higher price points. But experts say this market has been accelerating. In total, already 759 homes have sold for at least $1 million this year, almost matching the entire year of 2020 and well above 2019.
These homes typically do not sell very fast. They often take months, if not a year or longer, to find a buyer. Sometimes they never find a buyer because the prices are so high. But we have, in Southern Nevada, we've definitely seen a big increase in the number of luxury homes that have traded hands over the last several months. And just the latest example, obviously, was a record-breaking sale of a $25 million mansion in Henderson.
The sales of homes $5 million and over are trending up as well. Plus, come this 4th of July weekend, expect Las Vegas to be packed with visitors. The Nevada Department of Transportation says the average 4th of July draws in about 300,000 visitors. And resorts are optimistic this year's celebration will show Vegas is back. But be warned of traffic. The DOT says a good number of those visitors will be driving. In your health news, sponsored by 4M Dental, love your smile again. While our economy is recovering, a new report shows the Delta variant now accounts for nearly half of Nevada's COVID cases. Review-Journal's Renee Summerhour has more on what's being done. Renee?
Good evening, Jen. The Delta variant of COVID-19 accounted for nearly half of the Nevada cases analyzed by the state's public health laboratory in the past 2 weeks. The state was the nation's second highest rate of new cases per capita, behind only Missouri, according to the data compiled by the New York Times. Mark Pandori, director of the Nevada State Public Health Laboratory at the University of Nevada, Reno School of Medicine, says COVID-19 vaccines are effective against the Delta and Alpha variants. Now, in an effort to get more Nevadans vaccinated, CISALAC announced Vax Nevada Days, a state raffle in which vaccinated residents could win a total of $5 million in prizes. The first of 8 weekly drawings will take place July 8th. Pandori also says he's concerned more for those who are unvaccinated because the Delta variant may cause more severe disease. Jen?
In other top stories, sponsored by Carnegie Heights. Coming this holiday weekend, Vice President Kamala Harris will be visiting Las Vegas. The last time Harris came to town was in March when she visited healthcare providers and workers at the Culinary Academy of Las Vegas. This time she'll be here as part of the Biden administration's nationwide America's Back Together tour. In court, a federal judge delayed the execution of death row inmate Zane Floyd, who was sentenced for killing and shooting 4 people at a Las Vegas grocery store 2 decades ago. Officials are still discussing which drugs to use for Floyd's execution, as this would be Nevada's first execution since 2006. Also in court, a judge grants bail for the teen charged with murder and says he'll be tried as an adult. According to prosecutors, this 17-year-old boy admitted to shooting and killing Thomas Anderson at an apartment complex in northwest Las Vegas Valley last Thursday. In other news, Metro Police are investigating social media threats made toward 2 concerts planned for Saturday, ILLENIUM and Excision at Allegiant Stadium and downtown Las Vegas Event Center. As of Tuesday afternoon, no additional info is available. Now to your lifestyle news, sponsored by Get Healthy, Clark County. Speaking of ILLENIUM, the DJ and musician says he's preparing for what he calls an insane performance this Saturday with 75 lasers and flame units. ILLENIUM will be the first artist to perform at Allegiant Stadium. Over at Resorts World Las Vegas, guess who won over $700,000 playing high-limit blackjack on opening night? Showman Jeff Beecher, who's known to enjoy high-dollar blackjack. Some say he's probably lost as much as he won over the years. But after partying it up with Usher, Paris Hilton, and winning 6 figures, Beecher called it the craziest night of his life. Now to your weather, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour is here for you. After issuing a flash flood warning, the National Weather Service is urging drivers not to drive over flooded areas. We're looking at cloudy skies and monsoon storms pounding through parts of the valley this evening. Temps should hit the low 80s overnight. Highs for Wednesday are a bit cooler than what we've been getting, a nice break from the triple-digit heat. We're sticking to the mid-90s with a chance of more rain. Skies should clear up on Thursday with highs back in the hundreds. Also, keep an eye out for even more precipitation this Friday and Saturday.
Here's the latest in sports. Raiders fullback ALEC recently gave close to 100 kids the opportunity to see behind the scenes of Allegiant Stadium. This was all part of his partnership with the Junior Achievement of Southern Nevada program and the ALEC MINICAMP, which teaches kids about financial literacy.
Financial literacy is something that I'm obviously pretty passionate about. So that's one of those things I'm going to just keep going, keep working towards, and keep pushing. So yeah, it's just another step. I think it's going to be something very exciting when we could get in person, get in the schools, and bring some of my teammates along and get to meet these kids and tell their stories and, you know, the lessons that they taught virtually and get that in person. I think that's where there's going to be real impact.
Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The Tampa Bay Lightning are minus 205 favorites at the Westgate for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final on Wednesday after taking Game 1 on Monday. The Montreal Canadiens are plus 185 to even the series, and the total is 5. The Lightning are plus 130 to cover the minus 1.5 puck line. Tampa Bay earned a 5-1 victory in Game 1 as a minus 200 favorite. The Lightning are now minus 650 to win the series.
In your entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. This week, David Perico's Pop Strings Orchestra performed for nearly an hour at the empty Allegiant Stadium. Why? He and his team are using this empty nest performance as a way to select a house band for the upcoming Raiders games at the stadium. The musicians need to be proficient enough to back big, well-known guest stars who may perform at the stadium. Plus, with Independence Day coming up, fireworks sales have officially begun in Clark County, but with a warning. Safety officials say avoid dangerous types that can fly, spin, or explode. The National Fire Protection Association estimates fireworks account for 44% of injuries on July 4th. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have Amazon Fire TV, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more 7 at 7. Take care.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.